Good evening, traders. Zach here with the Trading Network. Hope you guys are doing well and that you guys had a good weekend. Got another weekly market profile forecast for you. This is going to be an interesting week because we are once again opening within value from the previous 2 weeks, and we're actually opening above the point of control from the previous 2 weeks as well. So nothing has really changed sentiment-wise, in my opinion, on a higher time frame or a larger perspective, wider perspective, however you want to view it. As you can see here, we have last week's profile, that is the week of December 7th, just to be clear here. The value area is really encompassing the previous week's value area from the week of November 30th as well. So when I see something like that, again, that tells me that buyers are still interested, and we are really still finding value in this area, and fair value, if you will. So on an overall higher time frame, wider view, looking for this 40 level, to hold up as our major support. And you can see last week we probed into this 30 area. We had this point of control, and we didn't quite get down into the 20s, but we did probe this area that we discussed last week in last week's forecast, where we had this 36.31 level, 36.29 from the week of November 16th, which was the weekly high from that, or the regular trading hours weekly high rather. And this 31 level was an area that was essentially at the low of the weekly gap. And you can see that if I zoom in a little bit here, we came down last week and we filled this gap. And this could be considered an inefficiency in market structure. You can see we have single prints on the weekly there, and you guys know that when we have single prints on a session profile, for instance, that we will typically go and fill in or repair that weak structure. So that is exactly what we did, just on a weekly level here. And you can see as well that we had single prints, weak structure back here from the week of November 9th as well. So going over to the session profile, you can see that we have again opened with a gap up in tonight's overnight session, and we have this naked point of control at 36.67 smacking us in the face, and looking nice and obvious for a trip back down to high 60s in my opinion. So if we can't remain above previous overnight high, the overnight high from the December 10th into the 11th session, thinking that either tonight in the overnight or tomorrow upon open in New York sesh, we are going to come down and we're going to visit that naked POC, absorb some liquidity there very likely, and then see how the market determines that level, see if that's fair value, or see if we can work down towards these levels here. To be fair, I was going to say that we have some single prints here, but we did do a decent job of repairing it right there in the session from Friday. So those are my most immediate thoughts. I do really like this 67 level if we can't hold here. You can see that our current point of control, obviously it is early, it's about a little after 11 Eastern time. We have current point of control 36.80.50 right below the overnight high from the December 9th into December 10th session. So that's an area, really this area overall, 80 through high 70s, 75 is a level that I'm going to be watching, and it's only about a 6-point range there, so I think it's acceptable to draw a little zone there. If we break below that, I'm looking here, encompassing these levels, even that one perhaps. Now to the upside, if we can hold and remain above mid 70s, generally speaking, you guys can see that we have a lot of profile levels lining up right in this area. So we could even, let's see, this is 85 to 95, so we could make it a 10-point range, and this would encompass a ton of levels, 4 levels, value, the entire value area from December 4th, POC, a lot of the value area from 6th into the 7th overnight session. If we wanted to shrink it a little bit, I still like this quite a bit, where we're looking at that 3690 level, 87 was an extended POC, 92 was the point of control from the December 7th session. We've got the initial balance low in there. We've got the overnight high from December 7th into 8th, initial balance high from the December 8th regular trading hour session. So a lot of confluence in this zone here between 35.94.50 and, I'm sorry, 36.94.50 and 36.88-ish, 36.87.50-ish. So I like that most immediate target to the upside. So if we hold this, I'd be looking for a move up here. And if we do not hold this, I'd be looking for a move into this zone, more importantly, because this is a really major area that we've been visiting and doing some business in for quite some time. So just to go over to the weekly profile real quick, get rid of my drawings. So what I'm looking for, on a weekly basis, on a larger time frame basis, is if we can hold this value area is basically 3650 to 3690. If we begin to hold this value area and move up, and you can see, as I mentioned in our last week's forecast, that our point of controls have been moving up since, what is this, the first week of November. So it's been almost a month and a half that we have had our point of control for the weekly session continue to move up. That is bullish, my friends. So as we say, the trend is our friend, and I'm going to keep overall looking for upwards price movement, upwards pressure until we get real selling into the 50s and really into the 30s on a higher time frame perspective. On a more immediate basis, again, looking for selling into the 60s, and then obviously we'll worry about the 30s when we get down there. But I'd be looking at that naked POC. That's what I have my eye on most immediately. So with that said, look for just trade opportunity that goes with the trend, that goes with the higher time frame basis if you guys are trading on a larger scale. And if you guys are trading intraday scalping quickly, just make sure that you're paying attention to what the profile structure is telling you. If you see value continue to move up like this, if you see POCs continue to move up, whether it's on a weekly profile or a session profile, that is pretty darn bullish. So keep an open mind. Let's see how the rest of tonight plays out. Let's see how we open. I'm looking, possibly if the overnight inventory is long. Let me just double check here. Let's see, what was our settlement price from Friday? So settlement price from Friday on the March 21 contract was 36.53, and on the December contract it was 36.61. So I'm on the December contract right now on the profile here. So just to give you guys an idea, settlement is right here, right? So I'll just mark this up real quick. So here's settlement. So I mean, overnight inventory is exceptionally long right here already. So if we spend a majority of our business over 3660-ish, and if you guys are on the March contract, if we spend a majority of our time over 3653-ish, then overnight inventory is going to be long, and that would essentially just back up with more probability the idea that New York session is going to fade the overnight, and then we fill this gap in the morning. So I hope this helps. I hope you guys are enjoying this market profile content. If you want to learn more about market profile or how I trade with market profile, and you want to get my free daily trade plans based on market profile for the ES and NQ futures markets. Please feel free to check out the description below where you can find a link to our Facebook group, The Trading Network, and you can also get a link to our website where you can learn more about our one-on-one mentorship, our private Discord access where you can watch me trade every day, Monday through Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. You can purchase access to our proprietary indicator package. You can also get access to the Fundamentals of Futures Trading course, which is our comprehensive course that goes over multiple strategies to consistently and profitably trade the futures markets. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch these videos, and I will see you in the next one.